Hello, and welcome to the Nothing. It is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. I almost just said 23. And it'll soon enough be time to discuss the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2024. And since I did so well last year, I'm going to go ahead and try to predict it again. And just to begin, this would be my opinion of if I were to announce a ballot today. It'd be like, if I was the president of the Rock Hall standing in front of the signatures of all the legends in front of, I would announce, under the knowing the conditions of that this is a guess, I'm pretending to know, using last year's numbers from previous year's numbers from fan ballots, votes, placements from these numbers from the fan vote above, and popularity of artists, including those, and this also now includes those who are able to appear 25 years after their debut. So this will now mean anybody from 1997 or 98 is now eligible for the Hall of Fame. And we also need to include the fact now that Jan Warner, one of the former ballot heads, or voters and leaders of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame voting parties, has now been removed. And as many of you may know, Jan Warner was one of the people that wrote Rolling Stone. And with their departure, groups that have been blackballed in the Rock Hall now have a possibility to come back. So if you're one of those people that are complaining about where's Foreigner, where's Jethro Tull, those kind of people, this may be your time, because those are ones actually not well liked by Rolling Stone. So anyway, first up, I would nominate for our country artist, because really, after the last couple of years, we've seen that there's country artists that need some help. I would nominate Waylon Jennings. Now, you may be thinking, wait, isn't Waylon Jennings already in? Yes, that is true. I believe he's in as a sideman. However, I would nominate him for his solo career. And we can also not forget the fact that he was with the Crickets, which was Buddy Holly's backing band. And if it wasn't for a coin toss, we wouldn't have had Waylon Jennings' long career. And then here's someone that's been absent since about every year since the Rock Hall's been existent and should be nominated, despite I don't know if she'd accept it. I would nominate Cher for our woman representative. And then some nominees repeats from last year. I would also nominate Muse, Queens Against the Stone Age. I would have Devo return again. I would also have Dionne Warwick return. And then from last couple ballots, I would have Warren Zevon return. Tribe Called Quest. I'd have Iron Maiden return. I'd be pretty confident about that. They would be returning again. And then some new inductees this year are nominees 50 Cent and Lil Wayne. Let me make sure it was right here. And Lil Wayne. And then I would also have Cyndi Lauper, who was second place last year on the fan ballot, back. I would also, if as part of the whole with Jan Warner being gone, I would now put Foreigner on the ballot first. Yes, I know, there's a hot take. But I'd put Foreigner first. I'd have Soundgarden return. And I'd also have Joy Division and New Order return. So this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16 nominee class. This is a high number, but we've had 16 in the past, and we've had as low as 14 in the last couple years. And now we're getting into the special categories, which are usually not announced until fan vote is closed, and most of this is repeats from last year, so we're just going to quickly go over it. For musical excellence, I would still nominate Iron Maiden if they didn't pass again. The Commodores, which was Lionel Richie's backup band before he became solo. I would use this argument here for this would be the Spinners Catapult band here. Suzi Quatro, again, perhaps with Jan Warner being gone, potential chance now. And also I would nominate Chic here. She has been on the ballot or was on the ballot 10 sometimes and never made it. And technically, the one member is in as a sideman, but is it Tony Edwards? No, it's the other one. It's the bass player for She. Can't remember the name of him. And then for the Art Emigan Award, I would once again nominate Tom Bell and Casey Kasem, but this year I would add Tony Visconti, the producer of many of David Bowie's records. Well, I actually didn't even know it wasn't in at this point. Should be in at this point. And then for the once was the early influence, now musical influence, I would renominate MC5, the Monkees. Again, the Monkees are another act that were probably blue-balled or mothballed because of Jan Warner. Maybe has a chance now. The New York Dolls. I would nominate Africa Bambaataa. If you don't know, one of the earlier influences in rap and hip-hop scenes. And also I would nominate here Brian Eno. Now, am I confident with anything on this list? Not really. This is not a year where it's obvious who the class is going to be. In fact, the only ones I'm convinced, probably, Warren Zevon, Iron Maiden, 50 Cent, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden, and Joy Division New Order. That's about all I'm confident with. Everything else I am not confident with. But yeah, that is my guess/prediction for the nominee class for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2024. Now, if we're following last year, we shall get our nominee list on February 2nd. I believe was the date it was announced. And if that's true, the ballot would then be 2 to 3 months. So closing around May. And then we'd have the announcement probably in June or July. And the induction ceremony would be in September or November, which would be this year in Cleveland, if I remember correctly. Because we should be on the rotating back and forth now years. And with that, I thank you for, listening more so than watching, because you're just seeing a black screen. And hopefully you have a good day, and let's hope this works.